Welcome everybody to the Anime Goat podcast. And today we're going to look at Demon Slayer, one of my favorite new anime. I'm sure I'm not the only one. I've thoroughly enjoyed season 3, but there's one issue I have with Demon Slayer, and I think there's a few people that might agree with me. And I'm going to go into that. I'm not going to be long. I'm going to just be quick with it, but this is just something I've noticed as I've watched from season 1 to now the end of season 3 almost. And it's that they're very repetitive in their story, not the actual content of the story, but in the way they present the story. What I mean is you get, their new setting, where they're going, whether it be entertainment district or now swordsmith area or, the Mugen train. And it seems like you meet new characters and they get into a conflict. That's the one great thing about Demon Slayer, and it kind of hurts it some, is that they get straight to the action. They don't spend a whole lot of time with disposition or a whole lot of talking, a whole lot of downtime. It's you get to the place, they explain how they got there, and then boom, some kind of conflict, which is great. But it follows the same pattern over and over where we meet new characters briefly. It'll go to different action scenes, different fights. Then we'll get back to that same character and then we'll get their backstory. It'll be sad as normal. And then boom, we get back to the action. And either something happens to that character where they're taken out or something bad happens to them, but it's the same pattern. Show up, new place, get to action, meet new people. New person gets beat up pretty bad. They have some flashback where they show their history and what happened to them and, how they got into the demon slaying or became a Hashira, all those things, or, what led them to that. And then boom, either they die or something happens to them. And then Tanjiro and the crew have to get into action and do something. So it's kind of, I don't know. But it's one of the issues I have because it's reared its head big time in season 3 where, you have Muichiro, now you have Mitsuri. They come in, they do some cool stuff, then boom, backstory. And then boom, they're in trouble, they're getting beat up, something happens. Tanjiro and whoever else has to step in. So, I don't know how season 4 will go with the Infinity Castle. I'm assuming that you'll probably get a lot of this there because we're going to probably be in for a lot of new faces as far as Hashira and different things and different demons. So, that's not a bad thing, but it's just something that I kind of notice as I'm watching that it gets a little repetitive with that kind of storytelling. Whereas in something like Naruto or Dragon Ball did the same thing. There was a lot of repetitiveness to Dragon Ball where they just pretty much copy and pasted, how the story went. Goku, something would happen to Goku. The other fighters would have to take up the slack until Goku came. Goku comes in with some big entrance and then boom, rinse and repeat. So there's nothing wrong with it. It's been done by some of the biggest franchises in all of anime, but that's just the one little thing, one little aspect that's taken me out of fully embracing Demon Slayer as like one of the GOATs, one of the greatest. It's just a little repetitive, but the animation is great. As you know, the CGI, it's not as bad as you guys are saying. It's pretty good. And for the most part, the story's simple, but they get to the point pretty quickly with it. And I think that's what really carries Demon Slayer. They don't try to make this too convoluted. It's to the point. You get to the fighting. That's what you're there for. And, the scenes and the action is really great. So that's just a quick little tidbit I had to talk about today. My little issue with Demon Slayer, but can't wait for the final episode of season 3 to come out this Sunday. Hour long, it should be great. And then, of course, waiting for that Infinity Castle. So let me know if you guys enjoy Demon Slayer in the comments section. What do y'all think? Is that an issue for y'all, or it's just one of the great anime? Just let me know. And Anime Goat will be back soon. Thank you guys.